3, 2, 1.
It's the Puff and Steph podcast.
Once again, friends, Puff and Steph with you as we teleconference a podcast. What up, Steph? How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Yesterday, we put out another Puff's Pantry, and that meant that I had to go to the grocery store. And I want to give everyone a tip, okay? Go late. Now, don't go when I want to go, but when you want to go late, because there was hardly anyone there. It was like me and 6 people in the grocery store.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like the Giant around me, I think, closed at 9. They close at 9 or 10 or something like that. If you go, it's at 10. If you go at like 8:45, there was nobody in there. And the people that were there, all dudes. I don't know why it was all dudes, but it was all dudes who, like, some were wearing masks. I was wearing my Gucci mask, of course, because I like to shop in style.
Obviously.
But it was just a bunch of dudes walking around the store.
It was a bro fest.
It was a sausage party for show. But yeah, I noticed like there are no women in here. The only women were the ones working at Giant. And they had a security guard too, which I get. Like, I'm pretty sure he's there just to be like customer service, because I don't know if this might come across as ageist, but I'm just guessing the age here. Somewhere around 137 years old. Okay?
That doesn't come across as ageist at all.
What is he going to do? If, like, let's say I'm being very rude, I'm not following the little guidelines, I'm just doing my own thing, right? And he goes, "Excuse me, sir, follow the rules." I'm like, "What are you going to do about it?" All right? You might have been able to boss around Abraham Lincoln, because that's how old you are, but you're not going to boss me around, all right? No, he was Abraham Lincoln's gym teacher, and now he's a security guard at Giant. No, he's not bossing me around.
Poor guy. He's just trying to make ends meet.
I mean, he seemed like a nice guy, but and I saw him help someone. Like, there was, they had like a checkout line that was all roped off, and there was nobody there, so he lifted the rope so a guy, instead of starting at the beginning and going through, he could just go under. Like, he was being very nice. There's nothing wrong with what he was doing, and I want to throw that out there. I'm not saying that he did anything wrong. I'm not saying he wasn't doing his job correctly. I'm saying that if some Corona stuff goes down, what is he going to do?
Right,
Seriously.
and furthermore, if he's that old, he probably shouldn't be out in public at all. And I'm not being ageist, but like,
that's a good point. People are,
you gotta be careful.
No, it's an excellent point, because we're told that older people have a chance to get this the worst.
Right.
So that's actually an excellent point
stay.
that I didn't even think of.
Yeah, he should stay home.
I don't know what he's doing. He seemed very nice. I didn't see if he had a gun on him. I doubt he did. I doubt they're armed guards at Giant.
Probably not, but why was he there? Just to make sure people don't go the wrong direction? Is it really that big of a deal if they don't follow the arrow that they have to bring in a cop?
And can't you train your little robot that you have in there to do it?
Oh my gosh. It annoys me so much that they spent the money on those creepy little robot things. I feel like it is such a waste of money.
Well, they can do what they want, I suppose. I mean, if I worked there, it would probably bother me. Like, I can't get a raise, but we can have a robot in every store.
Right. I guess it just annoys me because all the machine does is go up and say, like, oh, there's a spill here. It doesn't have the capabilities of cleaning up spills. It just tells somebody when there's a spill. Can't your employees do that with their eyes? Like, oh, there's apple juice on the floor. Like, why do you need a robot?
I wonder how fast it is. Maybe next time I go late and there's nobody there, I'm going to purposely spill something on the floor and see how long it takes for the robot to figure it out.
Do it. You can mess with Marty and report back to us.
Oh, that's right. That's his name. So I'm like, I drop something on the floor and I just hit start on my stopwatch on my phone. And I'm just like, oh man, Marty is off his game tonight.
Do it. Let's test him.
What else are you going to do at 9:30 at the store when nobody else is there?
Right. You might as well have fun with it.
So again, go late shopping.
That's a good tip.
Just not when I go. Okay, cool. So when you think of essential business, everyone's talking about what's an essential business. What do you think of? Now, business, I'm not talking hospitals or any type of medication or medical facilities. What do you deem essential?
I always think of the grocery store and restaurants, and there's so many others because I was looking at the list. There's ones that you wouldn't think of as being essential, but they are. But that's where my mind goes, is food.
Sure.
'Cause that's where my mind always is.
And that's where most people would go, food or pharmacies,
Right.
things like that. But then there are ice cream shops that are open right now. Is Starbucks essential? Is Dunkin' Donuts essential? Some people will argue yes. Others may argue no. I don't know. I know in Pennsylvania there's no golf courses open, but in other states there are golf courses open. Is that essential? Some may argue yes, some may argue no.
Right.
What about the WWE? Have you heard about this?
No.
Pro wrestling apparently is an essential business. WWE Pro Wrestling has managed to get themselves labeled as an essential business and resumed live shows in Florida on Monday night. The ruling was made after some conversation with the Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. They were not initially deemed an essential business. The WWE said in the statement that we believe it is now more important than ever to provide people with a diversion for these hard times. So now they can have a show. I know that they have to stay within a certain amount of people, but they can have a show with an audience.
What?
Yeah.
We can have an audience?
Yeah, and if you, number one, that seems very dumb. Number two, who's going? At this point, would you go to anything where there's going to be more than 10 people?
I probably wouldn't, although I do see on Snapchat and Instagram stories some younger men who are still getting together with all their friends and doing dude things and drinking beer. So I feel like there might be some people in that demographic, but for the most part, I don't think people would go. Right.
I am kind of a former wrestling fan. I used to watch a lot when I was a kid. I respect what they do. Obviously, I did a Puff Try stuff where I did pro wrestling. It's very, very hard, and I give these guys and girls a lot of credit for what they're doing. I think this is a dumb idea. If one person walks in there who has the COVID, everyone else in there could get it.
How are they even allowed? How are they getting away with it? I don't understand.
They claim they're producing content on a closed set with only essential personnel in attendance and taking additional precautions to ensure health and wellness of the performers and staff. So apparently the audience is essential personnel.
See, no, they're not essential.
Well, according to them in Florida. Is this that shocking, though? We read all of these stories about dumb Florida people.
True.
Right? Tons of stories. It's a whole meme, Florida man. So is it that shocking that the government of Florida is absolutely wrestling? Come on in. Let's how many people you want? You want 6,000-7,000 people in there? Go for it. Let's do this.
It's essential.
All right. Yeah, we need essential businesses to remain open. And WWE, you are an essential business. Faux show.
Wow. I cannot believe that they're getting away with that.
They are. So next time you're man, why is Starbucks open? They don't need to be open. Go, well, at least they're not WWE with a couple hundred people in attendance.
True.
So everything's being put in perspective right now. Coming up in just a couple of minutes, the advice column is back. Someone heard last week's advice column and it made them write this week to us. Again, shocking. It's about coronavirus.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Do your kids lose their house keys? Do you hide a key near your front door for friends, relatives, the cleaning lady, or pet sitter? Do you need a better way to secure your home? Let ITD Systems and Security solve all your problems. ITD has the knowledge and experience to install smart home features like smart locks, motion sensors, indoor and outdoor cameras, and wireless keypads that control everything. Plus, you can turn off lights, lock doors, and view any of your cameras right from your cell phone or tablet. Turn your house into a future house and add peace of mind to your life with ITD Systems and Security. To find out more, visit itdssi.com. CBD American Shaman of PA wants you to know that even though their stores can't be open right now, they're still there for you and for all of your CBD product needs. Make these tough times more manageable with CBD American Shaman of PA. Their products can be shipped right to your door, and they may help relieve your pain, your anxiety, and your sleeping troubles. Visit hempishealth.com for the full selection of the most powerful CBD products available. That's hempishealth.com for fast, easy online ordering.
Hey honey, how are the taxes going?
Pretty good. Let's see. We either get $800 back or we owe $4,000.
I think we should call H&R Block.
Let's face it, taxes can be confusing and the laws seem to change every year. Let the professionals at your local H&R Block take the worry out of your tax season. H&R Block in Dillsburg, Newville, Biglerville, Fairfield, and Gettysburg have been owned by the same family for over 50 years, and they've been there for every tax law change along the way. Don't leave money on the table. File your taxes confidently with H&R Block.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Now back to the Puff and Steph podcast.
Every single Thursday, we do the Puff and Steph advice column. I have no idea why, but you guys think that we're smart and you want our advice.
We appreciate it, though.
It does give me a boost of confidence to think that people actually care about what we think about. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, yeah.
Does our opinion really matter? Apparently to you it does. And, that gives me a little bit of ego boost. This comes to us from Alexis. All right.
You're making up the name, right?
You'll see in just a second.
Okay.
Hey guys, I was listening to your show last week with the girl who's dating that guy from New Jersey and he's not taking the coronavirus seriously. It made me want to write to you because I'm having a similar problem with my husband. My name is Alexis, and I don't care if you use my real name because you don't talk about car racing, so my husband doesn't listen to you.
Aww.
All he listens to is car racing stuff?
We could start talking about NASCAR.
Man, did you see that race where the guy was going fast and turning left? Oh my God. It was like fast and left.
Serious?
And fast and left. And fast and left. It was amazing. It was just so amazing.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Great race.
Basically, he's very much not taking this pandemic seriously. Unfortunately, he lost his job last month because of everything, but I'm considered essential. She probably works for the WWE. So I still go to work most days. The problem is that when I'm gone, he lets our 4 kids do pretty much whatever they want. Go to the park? Sure. Play with the kids down the street? Okay. Jump off the deck onto an air mattress? Sounds fun.
That does sound fun. I would do that.
I'm not trying to be a nagging wife, and I know he's really down about losing his job, but at this time, being a strong parent and laying down the law has never been more important. How do I get this through his head? Puff, you seem like a stubborn guy. Thanks. And she says, sorry, you do. What would work on you? Anyway, I appreciate any help you can give. So
this is a tough one.
That's from Alexis, real name. She didn't care. So, let's see. I'm the stubborn guy here. All right.
Well, I'm not the stubborn guy, that's for sure.
So, what would get through to me? I think if it's my wife, I would hope. This is my situation, so I'm hoping it's a similar situation for the dude. If it's my wife coming to me and saying, listen, hey, dog, chill out. Saying, listen, I have something really important I want to talk to you about. Please take this serious. Put down the racing magazine and turn off the NASCAR podcast, okay? This is really, really important. And my wife sits me down and says, I have something extremely important I want to talk to you about. I have to take it seriously, right?
Yeah. Yes, but I think she's in a tough position because he's feeling down about losing his job. And he's probably really stressed out taking care of 4 kids every day. That's a lot. So it's like he kind of has a lot on his plate right now. So she doesn't want to nag him.
All right, so let's talk about the first problem, okay? You have too many kids. You should give at least 1, possibly 2 away. Okay. Now that we have that taken care of, I think it's one of those things where, yes, trust me, I mean, we both know losing your job sucks. It's the absolute worst. But at the end of the day, you still have personal responsibilities and you have children. And your responsibility, number 1 as a parent, is to keep your children alive. That's true. Like number 1 priority. And I think as a parent, if he's a halfway decent one at least, he'll understand that. So if she sits him down and says, listen, you need to crack the whip a little bit. I understand the kids can get annoying, but you got to stop letting them play with neighbor kids. We don't know where those neighbor kids have been. We don't know where the neighbor kids' parents have been. You know,
right.
I don't know the medical history of everyone in that house. There's 6 people that we know of. One of those 6 people, who knows if they could have a compromised immune system, they might not even know it. That's the whole point of flattening the curve and doing the social distancing is you don't know what you don't know, right? Like you could have a compromised immune system and not even know it. I could. My wife could. The guy down the street could. And might not even know it. And the coronavirus could bring this out.
Right, and the number just goes up and up as far as like how many people you've been exposed to. If the kids are hanging out at the house where there's 5 people and 3 of those people are still going to work and coming in contact with all of those other people,
right.
It just, you don't know.
It's like when you were learning about safe sex, right? And whoever taught you that. Well, think about it. No, don't just go with me for a second.
I get it.
You know, you don't just fool around with one person. Technically, you fool around with everyone that person's fooled around with.
Yep, I remember learning about that.
It's the same thing with the coronavirus. You know, you don't just become exposed to one person, you become exposed to every person that person's become exposed to, and every person that person's become exposed to. So
it is kind of like STDs, you're right.
Thank you. See? Smart guy. So I think that in this particular case, she has to put up a strong front. Maybe go with bullet points. I don't know what her job's like. Maybe she has some extra time on her hands. Perhaps maybe put together some sort of PowerPoint presentation. I don't know.
She doesn't have time for that. She has 4 kids.
And just be like, these are the reasons why you need to take this seriously, right? The number's going up, but not as fast as it was. So that means things are starting to work. Let's be part of the solution rather than part of the problem. I think this is one thing that you can absolutely keep track of. You can't police other people, but you can police yourself.
Right, and if he's the kind of guy who maybe doesn't like being confronted, like he doesn't want to feel like you're like attacking him about it, she could try to make it more casual, just like what the kids do today. Oh, they hung out with John and Tim. Like, hey, I don't think they should be doing that. Can you not let them do that, please? Like, that's not what we're supposed to. You know, just make it more into like casual if that opportunity presents itself.
Right. Hey, what'd the kids do? Oh, they hung out with John and Tim. Oh, okay, next question. Are you a freaking moron?
Right.
I think a lot of this has to do with she didn't tell us how many times she's talked to him about this before. Some people aren't thinking like that. And I understand if he lost his job, that might just be where his head's at all the time. What am I going to do next? What's out there? You know, is anybody even really hiring right now? Do my skills translate to those jobs that may be open? He's worried about that, and I get that, and I know you get that. So maybe he is kind of not prioritizing things properly, and sometimes I know this, and this has happened to me in relationships and my marriage, of course. Sometimes you need a little kick in the butt to get you back, to where you should be.
Right.
And that's kind of what your spouse is supposed to do. Pick you up when you're down, but also kind of keep you on the right track. You know what I mean? So
right. He's probably really stressed out about his job and everything. And the kids are like, can we jump off the deck on an air mattress? And he's like, I'm thinking, yeah, whatever. I'm busy. Like he's got a lot going on.
So Alexis, that's just our take on it. Approach him. Tell him how serious you think this is. If he's a good husband, he'll listen to you and take what you're saying to heart and respect what you're saying. He might disagree with you on something, and at the same time, you have to listen to him and come up with a plan as parents. I agree with you. I think the plan should be, your kids try their best not to play with any other kids and just kind of keep it in the house. But, you have to listen to his views and your views, and you got to come up with a plan. Does that sound good?
Definitely.
All right, sweet. I'm telling you, we are basically like combined forces. We're Dr. Phil.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, Elizabeth, you got to talk to your husband. That's the Dr. Phil. I guess that's kind of Dr. Phil. You got to let him know he's being a moron.
I love your Dr. Phil impression.
It's not a good one. It is. It's really not.
It's
one.
great.
All right. The coronavirus is taking its toll on men. Steph, I don't know what's going to be out left for you when this whole thing is over. I'm worried about you.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.
Do your kids lose their house keys? Do you hide a key near your front door for friends, relatives, the cleaning lady, or pet sitter? Do you need a better way to secure your home? Let ITD Systems and Security solve all your problems. ITD has the knowledge and experience to install smart home features like smart locks, motion sensors, indoor and outdoor cameras, and wireless keypads that control everything. Plus, you can turn off lights, lock doors, and view any of your cameras right from your cell phone or tablet. Turn your house into a future house and add peace of mind to your life with ITD Systems and Security. To find out more, visit itdssi.com. CBD American Shaman of PA wants you to know that even though their stores can't be open right now, they're still there for you and for all of your CBD product needs. Make these tough times more manageable with CBD American Shaman of PA. Their products can be shipped right to your door, and they may help relieve your pain, your anxiety, and your sleeping troubles. Visit hempishealth.com for the full selection of the most powerful CBD products available. That's hempishealth.com for fast, easy online ordering.
Hey, honey, how are the taxes going?
Pretty good. Let's see. We either get $800 back or we owe $4,000.
I think we should call H&R Block.
Let's face it, taxes can be confusing and the laws seem to change every year. Let the professionals at your local H&R Block take the worry out of your tax season. H&R Block in Dillsburg, Newville, Biglerville, Fairfield, and Gettysburg have been owned by the same family for over 50 years, and they've been there for every tax law change along the way. Don't leave money on the table. File your taxes confidently with H&R Block.
Do you love saving money but hate buying one of those coupon books filled with places you'll never go to? Well, here comes Quick Save Coupons to save the day. Quick Save Coupons is an app where you can find savings for restaurants, stores, and experiences that you will love. And here's the best part. It's free. No big coupon books to buy, no websites to give your information to. Quick Save Coupons will show you all of the savings in your area right on your phone. Just go to Google Play or the App Store and download the Quick Save Coupons app. Then start saving money on many of the places you already go to.
Now back to the Puff and Steph Podcast.
So everyone is locked inside. Essential businesses are Starbucks, grocery stores, pharmacies, and the WWE. But a lot of places that are closed down are things like salons, are things like, place where you get manicures and pedicures, and we talked about it I think a couple episodes ago, coloring hair and how people are going to start trying to do this from home, but a lot of people are giving up, Steph. A lot of people are just saying, you know what, let nature take its course. Barbershops, hair salons have all been ordered to close their doors. This has led to an epidemic of local news reporters asking, how will this change men's grooming habits? Apparently, there is one style expert who says we're going to see more men than ever, attempt to cut their own hair or have their wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, partner, whatever do it. And then what's really going to start to come back during this time, big beards and long male hair.
No.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. This guy says a large percentage of the population are just going to let their flowing locks just kind of do their own thing. So coming out of quarantine, you might start seeing more man buns, more men with ponytails, more men with just shoulder length hair, maybe some nice beards that come down. you're going to start seeing that. Steph, are you ready to come out of quarantine being like, all right, okay, I'm ready to meet some men? And then all of a sudden nothing but lumberjacks show up at your door. Are you ready for the long hair guy life?
No, I personally, it's just not for me. When it comes to a guy, like I like to have like long hair and all that kind of fun stuff going on. But for a guy, it's not my like favorite thing. I'm here to tell you men who are considering this that there is another way. Like, it's easy to cut guys' hair. Like, I can't give myself a haircut, but guys can, you know? Like, my brother Joseph cuts his own hair all the time. Michael down in Florida had his girlfriend cut his hair. I know other people who are just, you do it yourself, right?
Yep. I have a clipper, like it's kind of this handheld clipper that I take in the shower with me, and I just through the whole thing. It's super simple.
Yeah, there's another way. We don't have to resort to man buns for everyone.
Some guys have fancy hair though. Like if I wore my hair now like I used to, I would have a little bit of trouble at this point because my hair would get pretty long. So at this point I would probably try to have Laura cut it. And here's the funny thing, if she screws up, so what? You're not going anywhere.
Exactly.
It's not like, oh no, everyone's going to pick on me. My hair looks awful. So what? Give it a couple weeks and she can try again.
Right. See, that's the beauty of it. Let your girlfriend, wife, friend, mom help you out. And if it doesn't go great, well, it doesn't really matter, honestly. We cut Zoe's hair the other day on her face, and because she needed to get some hair out of her eyes. And I mean, it does look good, but we figured if it didn't, what does it matter?
Yeah. She's going to be just so embarrassed with all of her dog friends.
Right. She doesn't want them to see.
I understand.
Yeah, so there's other ways.
So
Please don't
you are
do
not
this.
a fan of man buns, men with ponytail, men with long hair?
You know what? I think that some guys can rock it and it's their style and it's their thing and their woman loves it. And that's great, but I don't think that every man should resort to this. I'm not in favor. Okay, let's talk. Now this should be a little bit easier to groom, and that's beards. Like, how long is too long of a beard for you? Can they have a Gandalf beard? No. See, personally, I like just a little bit of stubble or maybe like a little bit of a thicker beard, but once it starts coming down like this, like that's when I gotta go.
All right, so not every woman is like Steph. That's just her opinion. But guys, There is another way. You know, maybe do the buzz thing. Maybe let whoever you're in the house with, it could be fun. You know, cut it today and then in a couple of weeks have someone else in the house cut it if you're living with more than one people. If you're living by yourself, it's not as easy. It really is not easy to cut hair if you actually want to cut it. If you want to buzz it, that's one thing. But you know, maybe just rock the long hair while you're inside, and as soon as we're all let out, as soon as those barbershops are open, you make an appointment. Because you know as well as I do, you don't look good like that. All right, stop trying to fake it. All right, time to stump Steph. About 65% of us don't have this, and experts say that we should. This is a hard one. This is a very, very, very hard one, but we're gonna back it up with an easy one.
Okay, is this like something like you're born with or something that you don't own? If that makes sense.
You're not born with this. 65% of us don't have this.
Is it like an object, like something that you buy?
I mean, yeah, you could put some money into it. It's definitely an object, but it's not something like you see people carry around or anything like that.
So it's not like a kidney or like something bodily.
No. 65% of us don't have a kidney.
That was just an example.
Okay.
It's not something you carry around.
This is tough. I'm just warning you. This is tough.
Okay. It has to do with your health?
Yeah, in a way.
Is it something that you oh, my family and I have a thermometer.
Hold on. Say that whole thing again. The feed broke up a little bit.
Is it like something you share? Like if you say like my family and I have a thermometer or like it's just yours?
You could share it with someone, but a lot of people have one for themselves.
This is hard.
Yeah, it's. I found it interesting, which is why we did it. But I will be shocked if you get it anytime soon.
For those who own one, how often do they use it?
Only once normally.
And then you have to buy a new one?
No, it's one and done. This is a really good question, actually, though.
You only have to use it once in your whole life.
Yeah, and you don't even really use it.
Do I have one?
I don't think you have one. As a matter of fact, I would bet money you don't have one. I don't have one. No.
You don't have one?
No.
You use it personally once in your life.
No,
you never.
You don't necessarily use it. You get it, or someone else kind of uses it, or multiple people use it.
I'm just having all these weird things come to mind.
Can you just name a couple? Because I'm curious to see.
Well, I thought of like thermometer,
No.
and then I was thinking like pregnancy test. Like you use it and then you get rid of it.
No, it's definitely not a pregnancy test.
What shape is it?
Rectangle.
And you can't use it more than once? Like, is it totally gross after the first time? You have to get rid of it?
Yeah, don't think of it as used and done. Think of it as really it only comes into play once.
Only once ever?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is so hard. What is something that you only do once?
It's not something you do. Like if you have one, you really don't use it, but your family does.
For some people, it's probably like a treadmill. Like you use it once and then you just pour your clothes on it after that?
Yeah, you're thinking object, and it is an object, but it's not something you can really go buy at a store.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. Can you give me another hint?
You
or am I just
usually
not
have
gonna get it?
no. You're really not on the right track, but I would love for you to get it. But we're only gonna do a couple more questions here, or a couple more, guesses. You have to go to a specialist to get one. Someone who specializes in that particular thing.
Is it like that thing with like the colon test?
You only use a colonoscopy once?
Well, it's like you have to take
No.
that test to see if your colon's healthy.
No.
I've seen commercials for it. Doctors would say that you should do it, so that's
Yeah,
why I
but
thought
more than once.
you have to go to a specialist.
Yeah.
And it has to do with your health.
Your health could play a part in it, sure.
What part of your body do you use it on?
You don't use it on your body.
Do you use it on your pets?
No.
What room of the house do you use it in?
You don't use it in your house.
Oh, it's a yard toy.
No. It's
Like a hula hoop.
all right. No, we're done. We're done. I'm gonna tell you what it is, and then you tell me if my hints were good.
Okay.
65% of us don't have this. Experts say we should. What is it? The answer: a will.
Oh, man, I would have never got that.
So I told you that one was hard. That one was really hard.
Yeah, your clues were good. It was just I was going in the wrong direction. I just kept thinking of like medical things.
I know, and hula hoops. Okay, next one. According to studies, 20% of us say we're afraid of this. What is it? I think you're afraid of this.
Closed spaces.
Nope.
20%?
20%.
Snakes.
Nope.
No, that's more than 20. Clowns. Yes.
Yeah. See, I told you that one was going to be easy. I did. All right. So that's your show for today, everybody. We will see you on Friday. Which, by the way, we're going to drop a brand new music video tomorrow. So get ready for it, fam.
It's the Puff and Steph Podcast.